So the year is coming to an end, and like I am every year, I'm suddenly reflective of all the things that I've done last year, all the things that I haven't done last year, and I think now I'm ready to ask myself serious questions about how the plans that I make never really see the light of day, never really show their face when it comes to the actual doing. I feel like I excel tremendously at making plans, at taking stock of every single possibility, and you know, preparing a solution to on what to do in certain um unforeseen circumstances. But I'm really very bad at acting it out. I'm very bad at summoning courage. I'm very bad at sitting still. I'm very bad at doing things. I need to know why. I mean, I do know why. This is something that I think about every other day. I think about why is it hard for me to stick to a plan? Why is it hard for me to do the things that I plan for myself? Why is it hard for me to take an idea out of my head and bring it to fruition and do the things that are necessary to make it a reality? And I think it's hard for me the way it's hard for other people. It's just difficult and requires, like I said, courage, and it requires perseverance, and it requires discipline. And those are the things I'm trying, and I'm hoping that I will be able to master this year, next year. So I've decided to call this year my great year of difficulty. Usually, when I think about all the things that I want to do in a year, I envision myself having a great time. I envision myself having a great time while doing the work. And that never really works out because, when it's time to do the work, I realize that it's not exactly a great time. While, yes, having done the work brings me immense joy, having, finished every single thing that I had to do, having, sticking to my plans brings me immense joy. The doing is not particularly enjoyable. So that's why I decided to call the year of great difficulty, 2026. And not because I want to make things difficult for myself, not because I want to be too harsh on myself, but mostly because I want to understand, and I want to come to the understanding that it would take a lot of work and a lot of discipline, a lot of difficulty to stick to the plans that I have made. I have written them down like I do every year. I have reflected on them like I do every year. I have seen myself doing those things. And now everything is up to me. And I need to convince myself. I need to convince myself to get ready for the difficulty that will be involved in the doing. And and that is a very scary prospect, but at the same time it's also quite exciting to think about. If I'm able if I'm able to sit through the difficulty, if I'm able to do all the things that I need to do, then what do I have to worry about? At the end of the day, it's all up to me. There's nobody else that's going to be able to decide on whether or not I'm going to to live the life that I want. I'm the sole determinant in this equation. It's a lot of pressure, but I want to know that it's a lot of pressure. I want to know that there's a lot that's hanging on my ability to perform. There's a lot that's hanging on my discipline, on perseverance, on commitment, on consistency. There's a lot that's hanging on all these things, and I want to be able to show up. I want to be able to start from day one, to take it one day at a time, to stand up from bed when I don't feel like it, to push myself, I want to be able to do difficult things, and I'm going to, whether or not I like it, whether or not it's an enjoyable process. I know it's not going to be an enjoyable process, but I'm going to do it. And I don't know, this is maybe the first step of a very long journey. So let's see how the rest of the year turns out.